Hi everybody, it's the Patsy here with the Love Bites for Gemini for the month of mid-October to mid-November 2017. So I already laid out the cards. We're going to have 10 cards from the Romance Angel Oracle deck by Doreen Virtue. The first 5 of those cards are going to be on the top, and those are your cards, Gemini. And the second 5 of those are going to be on the bottom, and that's going to be about your partner or the situation about your love life that has you concerned right now. And then we have 5 cards in the middle from the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck by Dreyer, and we'll see what information and affirmations she has for us, or what the conscious spirits have for us. And then at the end, we'll be getting further information from the Iyanla Vanzant Until Today cards. So let's get started with your reading. Okay, first card up, codependency. Addictions are affecting your romantic life, but it's in the reverse. And I don't know why, while I was shuffling and laying out these cards, that song White Lines from back in the day, you know, those of you who know that song knows what it's about. It's about cocaine, I think. That's the way I always took it. But anyway, codependency, and it's in reverse. Addictions are affecting your romantic life. Okay, so maybe they're saying that you separated from someone. Maybe that person had an addiction, a drug addiction, but you're not letting it affect you anymore. The next card you got was chemistry. There's a strong magnetic attraction here, but it was in reverse. Okay, so maybe the person that you are interested in, or maybe you do have some kind of chemical dependency. Maybe this is about alcoholism or drugs and how they may be affecting your relationship. I'm just going by what the intuitive messages that I'm getting while I'm doing this. Worth waiting for. Divine timing is at work in your love life. Okay. Okay, so maybe there was an intervention. Maybe somebody stepped in. That's what I'm getting when I saw that just now, that there was an intervention. Okay. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. All right, keep an open mind. But this is in the reverse. Keep an open mind. Your soulmate may differ from your usual types and expectations. Keep an open mind. It's in reverse. Okay. So maybe there are things that you have to stay away from, that you have to back away from. Friends and places and people that you have to keep away from. That's why keeping an open mind is in reverse, because you have to put limits on yourself. Or maybe the person that you're dealing with is having this problem and you have to work on putting limits. Help them learn how to put limits. Or maybe you feel like that's what you need to do to control this, and they have to want to step away from an addiction or overusage of any drug. It's not your job to make it happen for them. You can be supportive of them, but it's not your job to, keep them like in a plastic bubble away from people. No. For a little while, if they go to rehab or something, yes. But you can't live like that the rest of your life. The next card we got here is romantic feelings. Your feelings are real and worth exploring. Okay. And I just got the idea that maybe you're suspecting that your significant other is picking up again. Yeah, maybe you're getting that feeling. and you're being suspicious. You're doing some checking yourself. Because you've been down this path with them before. Okay, Gemini, let's see what these cards on the bottom here are pertaining to the person that you're involved with or the situation that's revolving around your love life. First card here are finances and career. Financial issues are a factor in your love life right now. Well, yeah, if they're spending up your money on drugs and alcohol, that is a factor. All right? Or it could be that they aren't working, or they're having a hard time finding work, maybe. And so some people, they do self-destructive things when things aren't going correctly. All right, next card that we got here for you is release your ex. The time has come to clean your energy, but it's in the reverse. So that's telling me that either you're not willing to break up with them, they're not willing to break up with you, or they have picked up again, and that's the ex that we're talking about, this bad habit, this addiction, they have picked up again. Well, and this card is directly under the chemistry, which was in reverse also, which was the thing that initially indicated to me that there was some kind of drug thing going on. So maybe they have picked up again. And your intuition, which is showing as your romantic feelings, is right. Next card that you have is soulmate. Yes, this is your soulmate. This is in the reverse. Okay, I think the card is just confirming that, yes, they have picked up. Passion. Allow your heart and soul to sing with joy. Yeah. So, perhaps well, yes, I think that this is what this is. This is a drug addiction situation or alcohol addiction situation, and you are determined not to let this rear its ugly effects into your life again, affecting your career and your marriage or your relationship. Next card here, very soon. Very soon. Clearly decide what you want so that it comes to you now. All right, so you're going to have to make a decision about this or get this person to some type of medical or rehab situation, or make a decision about this very soon, because the fact that you've picked up on this and this may be going on and this is something that happened before, you have to take care of this quickly, because an addiction is an addiction, and it's hard to get someone away from an addiction, especially if it's something like cocaine or heroin, anything like that, or drinking. Drinking is an addiction also. So I think that this is telling you that your intuition is right. They have picked up again, and you need to confront that situation very soon, before it takes more of an impact on your finances and your home life. Okay. These are the Conscious Spirit Oracle deck. First card you have here is release. Release that which does not serve my higher purpose with gratitude and love. But it's in the reverse. Yeah. I think that this is saying that this person is having a hard time. They're going to have a hard time shaking this situation, this addiction. They're going to have a hard time. But I think it's also saying that you have to stick with them. Next card, Wheel of Life. I am guided by the cycles of life and live in complete harmony with them. Wheel of Life. This is part of life. This is part of being in a relationship. And this may happen, might not be the last time this happens. This is part of what life is like with this person. Unfortunately. The next card that you have here is Solar Plexus Chakra. I take actions daily that awaken my personal power. All right, so you have to go with your gut. You have to pay attention to your intuition, which you have. That's why you were suspecting, and it's true. But you have to go with your gut. And you have to take responsibility for the actions, for your actions. But this is such a beautiful, beautiful, bright card, and it was in the upright position. I think that this is going to be, it just said a wake-up call. Okay, this is a wake-up call for you. This is a wake-up call for you. You have to take control of the situation and take responsibility. You have to use, I'm being told that you have to use what you have in order to get what you want. In other words, the love that your partner has for you, this relationship is important. And you may just have to threaten this relation, you just may have to threaten to go and be real about it. Like, you have to know the power that you have in this relationship, and you have to use that to your best ability to get them to wake up and get the help that they need. You got to give them an ultimatum, I guess. You have to honor yourself. Next card here in this reading, yes, a spark of the divine. Yeah, you need to let that person know that you're ready to walk away. Okay, I reignite the divine spark within me and recognize I am a part of all creation. Yes, the God in you does not have to take, the goddess in you does not have to stand around and take this type of trash. You can walk away from this. And I understand and I get that you choose not to. But they don't have to know that. You got to use your tools. Nature spirits. I respect all of nature's elemental beings and help preserve life on Earth. I'm thinking that this is an alcohol addiction too. I don't know why when I saw this card, nature spirits, I thought about like liquor or vodka. So this may be an alcohol addiction as well as a cocaine addiction. So this person may have a dual addiction, which usually these things go hand in hand. I think that this is saying that you have to stand up and you have to put your foot down and give them an ultimatum. Even if you don't mean it, you got to make them believe it. They will have you in the poorhouse messing with them with drugs and alcohol. Okay, the next we're going to get from the Iyanla Vanzant card and see if there's any messages. Okay, I cannot judge my clarity based on someone else's response. I cannot judge my clarity based on someone else's response. Until today, you may have felt the need to have those around you approve of your ideas, insights, and revelations. Just for the day, allow yourself the privilege of basking in the spiritual light of your own heart and mind. Yeah. You have to do this in the way that's going to make it the best impact on the situation for yourself. I also got the impression that this is also about if they can't drink, you shouldn't be able to drink. You know, you shouldn't have it around the house because that's just, you know, courteous at the least. But that just because they can't drink doesn't make you an alcoholic, okay? I guess that's what I'm saying. Just because they don't have limits doesn't mean that you don't have limits. You know how to control yourself more than likely. You're not an addictive personality. But you do have to, you know, while you're going through this, you will have to deny yourself partaking in drinking and that kind of stuff while they're trying to get better. And you can continue that way. I mean, it wouldn't hurt, but that doesn't mean that you're an alcoholic because your partner's an alcoholic, or that you're a drug addict because they are. But and people around you don't have to approve of this relationship or the fact that you're sticking in there with them or not going to stick in there with them. This is not anybody else's decision to make but you, because you're the one that has to live with them or live without them. All right, let's see if we have any other information. Okay, this card here. I forgive myself for being critical of my mother. Okay. Until today, you may have been harboring judgments or negative opinions about your mother and the way she did or did not mother you. Just for today, forgive yourself for judging your mother for being who she is or was. All right. So maybe your mother had a drinking problem. Okay, or maybe your father had a drinking problem and your mother stayed with him and you had a problem with that, or you found that critical, or maybe she left him and you had a problem with that, and maybe that colors the way you are looking at this situation for yourself. And all this is saying is don't be judgmental of those factors. You don't know. People do the things they do for a reason. Maybe your mother was an alcoholic, okay? There may be some reason behind that. You may not know the whole story. When I say reason, just saying that there may have been things that went on in her life that caused her to turn to drugs or alcohol. It can happen to anybody. It could be as simple as getting addicted to over the prescription medication. Because you had an injury, you hurt yourself, and you went to the doctor, and the doctor gave you medication, and the next thing you know, you get addicted to the medication, and now you're, fiending for whatever this is. It's not your fault per se. You got the drug legally and legitimately. It's just that you were not given the correct instructions, or the doctor failed in his or her job to monitor you and how you were taking it, or to advise you on a better way to deal with your pain or things like that. You know, just because they give you a whole box, a whole bottle of the painkiller doesn't mean that you have to finish it. You know, like if you come out of surgery, you could take that heavy-duty painkiller they give you for a day or two. But, you know, you can start to wean yourself off. Get some extra strength Tylenol, extra strength whatever it is, you know, Motrin or something, Advil, Aleve. Take a couple of those rather than take the prescription medication. Save that for something else or a later date, you know. But when you do it 3 times a day, every 12 hours, whatever it is, yeah, then you start to make an addiction. The doctors aren't telling you that, you know, because they're working with the pharmaceutical companies. The pharmacist isn't telling you that. He's working with the pharmaceutical company. But you need to, you know, we as a people, as Americans, as human beings, we need to, you know, think about this. And doctors are just doctors. My son told me one time when he was a little boy, he said, well, Mommy, they don't know what they're doing all the time. That's why it's called a practice. Because they're practicing. And it's the truth. They're just like everything else. You know, you take your car to a mechanic, one mechanic may screw it up and the other one may do a good job. Just because this guy has a doctor, you know, degree doesn't mean that everything that he pushes or everything that he tells you is right, or that he is giving you all the information that you need in order to make the best decisions for yourself. I don't know why I got off on that, but anyway, that's what Spirit told me to say to you. In this instance, Gemini, I think that you would be well served to pay attention to your intuition and try to help get your partner to the help that they need. All right? And if you have to put your foot down and give them an ultimatum, don't be afraid to do it. Don't be afraid to make that threat. Whatever you got to do to get them into rehab or into counseling or get them to put down, you do what you got to do. You know, not anything physically to hurt them or anything, but I'm saying you say what you got to say and do what you got to do to get them into the hospital. And then you let the counselors and then work with them afterwards. Let the counselors know what the threat was, too. Don't just drop them off at the front door and don't say anything, you know. Pin a note to his book bag or whatever. Just tell him or tell her that this is it, if that's what you have to do, because you have the power. And you also have a power to make a new beginning for yourself without them. Keep that in mind. Okay, so anyway, this was your love bite for the month of mid-October to mid-November 2017. Enjoy your Halloween if you celebrate Halloween. And if not, enjoy your evening and the rest of the fall, the rest of the summer, right? We didn't start fall yet, did we? No. And I'll see you in November. Okay? Take care. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Talk to you soon. Bye.